Chelsea's record signing, Kai Havertz, just made his debut for Chelsea versus Brighton. After this debut, do we know more about Havertz at Chelsea? Well, sort of. Welcome back to the channel for tactical analysis in the Premier League, as Graham Potter's Brighton were hosting Frank Lampard's Chelsea at the Amex. It was particularly exciting as Brighton were returning Ben White and debuting Adam Lallana. For Chelsea, it was only the small matter of giving debuts to the two most exciting German Bundesliga players over the last few years. If you watched the game, it wasn't a masterpiece. Tactical standpoint, wow, it gave so much. It gave clues, ideas and clarity on how both sides are going to play, set up and accommodate big stars. So, without further ado, well, let's get into it. Battle took place at the Amex. Graham Potter's Brighton scored 1 goal thanks to Trossard, and Frank Lampard's Chelsea, well, they got 3 goals. Jorginho, Reece James and Kurt Zouma. XG was really marginal, with Brighton slightly edging it. It was suggested that it's a game that could have gone either way, but was settled by Chelsea's extra quality. This is backed up in the match stats. Even possession is shaded by Brighton. Also had the most shots in the game, but Chelsea's quality had them hitting the target in half of all chances. More about how both teams moved their pieces in this chess match, as despite what you might think, both managers played different formations with and without the ball. Let's have a look at how both teams lined up, starting with Brighton. Brighton employed a classic 3-5-2 formation, but only when they were with the ball. Without the ball, however, or if they sustained periods of pressure, Graham Potter was quick to move things to a classic 5-3-2 formation. First photo is with the ball, and Brighton are in a classic 3-5-2 formation. Second is without the ball, and well, you can see that switch. Let's see how Chelsea lined up, as they did things slightly differently, going for a 4-2-3-1 formation with the ball, and without the ball, well, changed to 4-4-2. Now, there are numerous examples of this, so let's have a look at some of the receipts. In the first photo, well, we can see Chelsea in the 4-2-3-1 they started off with. And in the second without the ball, well, you see that switch to 4-4-2, where Havertz and Mount dropping into midfield. Lineups completed. Well, let's have a look at how both sides built up, starting with Brighton. Brighton were happy to play short passes from the goalkeeper to the centre-backs, and those wide centre-backs progressing the ball to the wing-backs. However, Brighton were also happy to progress the ball from short passes from the goalkeeper into midfield, and this is where Chelsea's first goal comes about. It's Kante, Jorginho and Loftus-Cheek closing really quickly, and as Alzate plays a wayward pass, it's quickly picked up by Jorginho, who plays the forward ball to Timo Werner, and then has to react and, well, gives away the penalty. Up, skip and jump, and Chelsea are 1-0 up. Review receipts. Here's Alzate putting his hands out requesting the ball from Ryan, and before he touches the ball, well, Chelsea players are on him like a flash. His build-up was rather different. Let's have a look. Chelsea generally went long for a number of reasons, and it wasn't rare to see Kepa play long balls through to Loftus-Cheek. Cheek to get the ball to Werner, who picked up the pieces. This was not typical of Chelsea's build-up though, as they were more likely to play the ball from Kepa straight into the fullbacks. This was because building up through Jorginho wasn't really an option, as Brighton pressed him quite high. When Chelsea progressed the ball to midfield, from a movement standpoint, it was simply exceptional. Chelsea's front four typically made movements in opposite directions to try and disrupt the Brighton defence, typically 2 dropping towards the ball, whilst the other 2 looking to get in behind. Let's have a look at some of the receipts. Another impressive thing about Chelsea in the final third was the fact that they used Mount and Havertz not as traditional wingers, but rather in between the lines, coming infield. Let's have a look at a receipt on this. Be unbeneficial to analyse the rest of the goals that happened in the game, as Trossard's equaliser, which is seen here, won the strike's second Chelsea goal from Reece James. The shot by Zouma, which wrong-footed Ryan having been deflected by Webster, were all as a result of individual isolated situations. So there you have it, Brighton versus Chelsea in just under 5 minutes. Let me know if you prefer this size of analysis or if you prefer longer videos. Apart from that, do consider subscribing if you enjoyed, as there's more Chelsea videos set to come. Like, share and comment, and as always, until next time.